Hi, my name is Chiki Okoli. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you top 10 ICT skills you can learn this year that do not involve coding. A lot of people want to learn IT skills, but they think that to learn IT skills, you need to become a programmer. Also, all right, and I'm here to let you know there are a lot of IT skills that you can learn that do not involve coding. Without wasting much time, let's dive right in. All right, so before we get into listing those 10 IT skills that I want to mention to you, I want you to do something. If you're new to this channel, you're yet to subscribe, I'd like you to click on the subscription button and turn on notification, and whenever I drop a video, you'll be the first to know. I said number one on my list is user experience. User experience is a process in app development, in software development, that allows the designer or the programmer or the programming team to visualize the whole process. It also allows the clients or the end user to visualize the process. And so it's like a pictorial representation of what the software is going to look like. You do not need coding skills to be able to do this. All you need is to be able to think like the end user. All you need is to be able to be creative. And so once you get this right, the programmers or the software engineers will carry this visual design of how the user interface will be like, or the color and the blend, the user journey, how they will travel from login to a dashboard to a landing page. Now you can learn these skills without even knowing how to use very complex graphic software. There are tools out there that you can use. You can use Figma, you can use Adobe XD. There are a lot of online tools that allows you to just carry components, paste them. And so you do not need coding skill, you don't need high complex tech skills to be able to become a UX designer. All you need is the creativity. Number two is the graphic design. As common as these skills may seem, it is constantly in high demand everywhere. Why? Because every day people will print flyer, they would design cover page, they would design posts. And so the need for competent graphics guys who can bring in contemporary designs to the field is really in demand. I mean, at some point I was looking for a graphic designer. I kept on searching. We do not have a lot of people who could actually evolve with the design process. And so whether you are looking for a competent one or whether you are a professional and looking for a competent designer, there is need for a design at the end of the day. So churches are in need of them, companies are in need of them, freelancers are in need of them, and it's something you can do without knowing how to code. All you need to do is to invest 2-3 weeks into graphics design and you'll be on your way. And there are popular tools out there you can use. I'll leave a link to this to the first one I mentioned, the Figma and the Canva, on the description below. You can use it, and within a day or within few hours you can use that tool and begin to learn how to do your design. And so number two on the list is graphic design. You do not need coding skills, and it's an ICT skill that doesn't necessarily need coding skill that you can start with this year and move your career forward. Number three on my list is data science. I mean, there is an increasing demand for data scientists globally. In fact, I sense strongly that given the rise of free data science courses, there is a deliberate intention, a deliberate attempt to pump in a high number of data scientists globally. Now, what does a data science do? A data science collects data either from internet, either from social media, or using a questionnaire, and analyze that data to help businesses make sound decisions. And so over the years, business have grown and decision making has become more data driven rather than instinct driven. All right. And so you find out that if you are not exploring as a business owner, if you are not exploring the service of data scientists, you will really be missing out. And so there is an increasing demand. Why this requires some logical calculations, it does not necessarily require coding skills. All right. And it's a skill that you can learn this year and get into the high demand market for data scientists. Number 4 is funnel design. Now, before I explain the job, I want to explain what a funnel is. A sales funnel, basically. A sales funnel is actually a simple step-by-step process by which you take a user or a prospect to a point where they are going to buy. Let me give you a simple example. Have you ever visited a website and you see a form that says download this for free, and before you download that, they're asking for your email? Now, once you do that, you get into what we call a funnel. Now they send you email. From time to time, they begin to talk to you about themselves, and after a while, you begin to trust them. Now, if you're someone in that industry that is looking for services related to what they are offering, at some point, you find yourself buying. Now, this does not involve coding skills, and it's something you can get on to help. So businesses are in need of this. It's a way business automates their sales process right now. So they run ads online, move people into that funnel. So there are people who design this process. It's just copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. So what are the requirements? What do you need to know to be able to become a funnel designer? You need to be able to understand a customer's journey. So for example, when a customer downloads this, what other information should I give to the customer? If I give to the customer this information, the customer might not take action, it might not act. What are these information? So being able to understand that psychology, that process, you can design. Now, there are other parts. Designing the whole funnel process or architecting it is one. Now, designing the layout and the visual is another. And there are tools out there. One of the most popular one is ClickFunnels. And so if you want to check it out, I'm going to leave a link in the description below as well. There are other alternatives to ClickFunnels, like the Systemi.io. There is also a link in the description below. And so these are skills. This is also funnel design. So a skill you can learn that does not involve coding skill, that can pay you so much this year if you get into it. The 5th one I want to mention is video editing. I'm sure you've heard of the word content is king. It is true. And so with everyone, content marketing has become so increasing that everyone is currently getting into it. Think about it. Companies that are building mobile phones are beginning to optimize phones to be able to shoot videos like the high-tech cameras. And what this means is that the need for people that will produce this content into deliverable formats online on mobile phone is in high demand, and that's why video editing has become so important in our industry. In fact, seeing very creative and smart video editors has become a huge problem, and that's why once you can get into video editing, you become very sought after. Now, this is an IT skill that does not involve coding, and it's something that you can allocate 2 to 3 months into learning. There are a couple of softwares out there that you can use, and there are even a couple of mobile apps that you can use and start video editing on your phone. And so once you can learn this, you become sought after this year, and it's something that I think you should give a try. And so number 6 on my list is copywriting. Now, initially when I started hearing copywriting, I was mistaking it for intellectual copyright, but that's not what it is. It's different. So copywriting actually came from the word writing a sales copy. Okay, so you see that word writing sales copy. So to make it short, people say copywriting. So whenever you hear copywriting, they're actually referring to sales copy, writing a sales copy. All right. And so what is a sales copy, and how is it different from the regular writing and the regular article and blog? Copywriting is actually everything these days. And so it's different from the normal writing. That normal writing is writing to educate. Copywriting is writing to convert. In other words, normal writing is writing to just give information, while copywriting is writing to get you to take action. Normal writing is writing to make you just visualize, okay, but copywriting is writing to get you to remove your credit card and exchange money for value. And so you see, that is very powerful. Now let me explain this. If you build a wonderful website or a wonderful funnel or run a beautiful ad, If you do not understand the concept of copywriting, you will not be able to generate sales. And that's why it's important. It doesn't involve coding skill. It's purely a psychological marketing skills and learning how to craft this process. So when somebody comes on your page, what do you write? For example, I'll give you a simple example. Instead of buy now, why don't you say try it out? And so they get to that stage, you collect their email and take them to a buying spot. And so you see, copywriting thinks about the psychology of the buyer and crafts the sales, the words they use, the color they use, the way they position it, the picture they use. So this is a high-paying skills. High-paying copywriters charge as much as $10,000 for a sales copy. It is huge. All right, it's a skill in high in demand, and if you learn it this year, boy, you're gonna be on your way to becoming hyper comfortable and financially free. And so the seventh on my list is SEO. What is SEO? SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. And so, why is it important? You see, there are two kinds of traffic. All right, there is the organic and inorganic traffic. The organic traffic is the one that comes naturally. The inorganic traffic that you generate is the one that come through maybe paid ads. Now, why is that important? As a business person, you want people to be able to hear about you, and that's why you do adverts. And so, what SEO does is, for example, I have my website, and somebody comes and is saying, "Hey, I'm looking for a hairdresser or a fashion designer in Abuja, Nigeria." And now, SEO uses what we call tags, descriptions, headlines to help search engines like Google, like Bing, like Yahoo Search to index your page so that whenever someone come and search for that topic, now if you're able to rank very high in a niche or a topic, you constantly generate sales without necessarily doing online ads. You may find that people are going to be searching for maybe web designer in Abuja and they're going to be finding you. And what they are going to be doing is you're going to keep getting calls, people chatting you up on WhatsApp without you necessarily running ads. And so that's why this skills is very important. E-commerce websites are looking for it, business owners are looking for it, website designers are looking for it, programmers are looking for SEO. Think about it. When Samsung Galaxy X21 Ultra came out, everybody's going on Google. When people want to buy something, they go and say they type that stuff. And so you want to be the first to rank. And as long as you're they keep seeing you on the first page of search engine like Google, they keep on getting to your landing page. And with copywriting right, with you getting your copies right, you're going to be having conversion. And what that means is you're going to be getting sales. And so mastering the art of SEO is a huge changer in the industry, and the demand is high on the increase. And so it's a skill I think you should get in and perfect if you want to be relevant in this century. All right. So number 8 on my list is project management. And so I think there's literally nothing you do that doesn't involve projects. So if you want to sew a dress, it's a project. If you want to build a house, it's a project. If you want to build an app, it's a project. All right. If you want to do a concert, that's a project. And so knowing how to manage projects, and now I think research shows that there are a high degree of projects that fail every time. And why is it? It's because we do not have enough people to that know how to manage projects. And so as a project manager, you are like the bridge between the top level management and the people in the field working and ensuring that projects are delivered within a stipulated time frame. And so having good project managers that take the burden of the top level managers is in huge demand. Someone that can get into the field and think about what needs to be done part-time, whether it's a wedding ceremony, what needs to be done part-time to save the situation and get this project from one point to a logical conclusion. If you have the skills, you are called a project manager, and it's high in demand. In fact, over the years, these skills has always ranked the top 10 of the high demand skills globally, and it's something that I think you should get into. And so number 9 is the app tester. You know, as app development increases and there are businesses going online, when programmers build software, because companies do not test apps almost every time, and so they usually find it difficult to employ a lot of people, so but there are platforms out there that allow you from the comfort of your home to test apps, and you get paid as much as $5 to $20 just for testing an app. And so it doesn't require any skills, it doesn't require any coding skill. All you need to do is to be able to click, click, and say, okay, this is better this way, this is better this way. And is this is an industry that is growing gradually. It's something that I also think that you should get into that does not involve coding, and it's an IT skills. And the last on my list, and let me say this before I mention this one, that 10 non-coding IT skills that I mentioned, I didn't outline them in order of priority. So I just randomly pick. Also, I needed to know that. And so number 10, the social media manager. You see, businesses are online now. In fact, statistics has it that over 56.9% of people in Nigeria are online. I mean, think about the equivalent globally. All right. And so what that means is businesses need to get online, individuals need to get online, and people are then busy. Companies, CEO, freelancer, business managers are then busy. But content needs to be going out regularly. And there's got to be that person that manages the whole online algorithm, understand trend, what is going on, what is changing, and advise the company on how to, position themselves online to get attention to their brand. And so social media management is high in demand these days. And so mastering the social media platform from TikTok to Facebook to Instagram to YouTube, and name them Clubhouse, name them, mastering them and knowing how to leverage on them for a brand or for a company and move their growth forward. Once you know how to do this, you're going to be in high demand, and it's an IT skill that you can get into that does not involve coding. And like I always exit all my video, I would like to say, I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince and not to confuse you that there are amazing high-paying IT skills that you can get into that do not involve coding. My name is Chike Okoli. If you're new to this channel, I'd like you to do me a favor, leave a comment below, click on the subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I drop a video, you would be the first to know. I'm so excited to have you to this point of this video. I'll see you in my subsequent contents.